Hello students. So this bar chart was seen in the IELTS academic 21st August test in India morning slot. This is a bar graph and the question goes like this. The chart below gives information about adults with education at high school level in 6 countries in 2010. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. So here you can see 6 countries are given. These are Germany, USA, Russia, South Korea, Brazil, and China. And one bar is for the 55 to 64-year-olds, and the second is for the 25 to 34-year-olds. The solid is for the younger age group. And year-olds, you can see this is written with a hyphen. So in future, when you write year-olds, write it with a hyphen. This is 2010 year is given. And on the x-axis, we have the percentage, and on the y-axis, we have the countries. So let's see how to write this. The bar chart illustrates the proportion of 25 to 34-year-olds and 55 to 64-year-olds with high school education in 6 countries in 2010. So you can see some part of the introductory sentence I have taken from the graph. This is the title of the graph. And so this is a very good paraphrasing, one sentence introduction. Then we come to the overview. Overall, it is clear that in all the countries except the US, the proportion of the proportion of high school graduates was more in the 25 to 34 age group than the 55 to 64 age group. So you can see only in the US the proportion of 55 to 64-year-olds is more. Okay, and otherwise in all the age group the proportion of the 25 to 34 age group is more than that. So this is one sentence, and as it is a comparison of only two age groups, so it will be the comparative form of the adjective being used, that is more than. So more and than word should be there in the sentence. In addition, South Korea had the highest proportion of 25 to 34-year-old high school graduates. So you can see South Korea, highest 25 to 34-year-old uh, high school graduates, while the US had the highest figure for the 55 to 64 age group. So you can see this is the highest figure for the 55 to 64-year-olds in the US. So one sentence I have made of the comparative form of the adjective, and the second sentence I have made of the superlative form. Now here we could use the superlative because we are comparing countries. There are 6, more than 2. So superlative form. So for those students who are not understanding the comparative and superlative, you will understand from this: good, better, best. Good is the positive form of adjective. You have, when you have to talk of the quality of any one thing, you talk the positive form, that is, he's a good boy. Then if you have to compare two things, you take the comparative form, that A is better than B, and superlative form is when you are comparing more than two. C is the best, like that. So here one sentence I have made of the comparative form and the second of the superlative form. As only 1 year is given, I cannot make a sentence of trends in which we use the word increased or decreased or fluctuated. So we cannot make the second sentence of the overview with the trends, because no trends are there if only 1 year is given. Okay. Then in detail, in South Korea, nearly 98% of the 25 to 34-year-olds had completed their high school education, while the proportion was 91% in Russia. So here South Korea 98% and 91% in Russia. In both these countries, the proportion of 55 to 64 uh, year olds with high school education was significantly less, at only 42% and 70% respectively. So in both these countries, you can see that there's a lot of difference between the two age groups. Okay. Um, Similarly, there was a huge difference in the proportion in Brazil. Here also you can see there's a huge difference in the proportion in Brazil, with figures of 52% in the 25 to 34 age group and just 25% in the older age group. So this is 52% and this is just 25%. China had the least proportion of people with high school education. So you can see China, least proportion of people. We didn't use this in the overview, so here we can use the least proportion of people with high school education, and in the brackets 20% in 25 to 34 age group and 10% in the 55 to 64 age group. So, this is about China. In Germany and the US, there was a minor difference in the figures for the two age groups, but in Germany, the proportion was more in the 25 to 34 age group. So, here in Germany and in the US, there was a minor difference, but in Germany, the proportion was more in the 25 to 34 age group, uh, while the proportion was more in the 55 to 64 age group in the US. The respective proportions were 88% and 82% in Germany, while in the US they were 88% and 90% for the younger and older age groups. So here this is the sample answer that we have prepared, and one sentence intro, two sentence overview, and then about 3 to 4 sentences in each paragraph, and the total comes out to be almost 10 sentences for the whole graph. Here you have to see how you distribute the two paragraphs of the body. I've taken these three countries because there's a lot of difference in the two age groups. So I've taken them in one paragraph and I've taken the other three in the other paragraph. And this is how it is made. Thank you so much for watching patiently. Looking forward to bringing some more essays and graphs for you in the future.